Hello, Katerina, Greve Adventures, Wine and Social today. So I have a question for you. When you need to translate something for your website as a winery or other wine business, what do you do? Do you actually go to Google Translator? Do you actually ask a friend who knows a bit of the languages that you need? Or do you actually contact a professional translator? Perhaps also one who knows the wine language, the wine world, or what do you do? So the reason that I ask is because I frequently see when I kind of surf around on different websites, on different content online or on social media, that there is often a lack of quality in the translations. And I think this is actually important. I think perhaps often you don't realize how important it is because, of course, it's important to be understood. the international people who want to get in contact with you need to understand. It's also a question of credibility and authority as the winery or wine business you are. It's also a question of that you seem like a professional business, because I don't know, if I have a personal website where I perhaps write about my passion for hiking, that is okay. I mean, I think people understand that you don't have the resources to hire translators for everything you do. But I think if you have a brand, if you have a certain size company, winery, whatever, I think it's important that you actually take it seriously, also the linguistic part. And as with Suzanne Branchiforte, who is actually doing this kind of consulting work full time, as me, I am also working with helping wine businesses to rewrite their content online. And I also work with a mother tongue who helps me to get the right English style and so forth. And I think it's very important. So what do you think? What do you do actually? I would be interested to hear more about your thoughts. And it actually doesn't have to cost that much. I think you could probably easily decide to not spend on something else that is probably less necessary than having like a really good looking brand, website and image, rather than spending those money on something else that might gain you less results. And I think it's only a matter of choice. It's like if I choose to invest in a tool for my online social media management, rather than, I don't know, go for dinner or I don't know, invest in something else for a couple of months, I do this instead. So I think it's choices, but I think they're also important. And today I'm going to talk about, when we come to the wine now, I'm going to talk about Leonardo Manetti, which is a small wine producer in Greve in Chianti. And why do I choose this bottle now? Because he actually just a while ago gave me the 2017, when he just had bottled it, I think a couple of months ago. So he does only a Chianti Classico and IGT Toscana, which is a Sangiovese. He just branched out on his own a couple of years ago when his grandparents closed down their winery that they had for, I don't know, 50, 60 years. So he started up his activity in the same winery in Greve in Chianti, but in a very small scale. So he's trying to kind of grow very slowly according to his resources. What is really cool about Leonardo Manetti is that he's also a poet. So he has actually published works where he writes Chianti poetry. So you should definitely check him out. This was all for today. So I hope you enjoyed the short video, and talk to you soon. Ciao!